I think they should win the division, but they're not a team that scares me, right? And it's just they haven't shown that dominance, right? When they won, even when they won the Super Bowl, when they got to the Super Bowl and they should have won, they didn't do anything. So they're not scary. Kansas City scares me, right?
I'll say this,
They're
say this to
loaded. You know what I
you're
mean?
you're supposed to say that they're not scary because that's your divisional opponent. From an outsider looking in, I'm going to be honest with you. This Philadelphia Eagles team, as much as I don't want to admit it, they look pretty scary if things click. Now, the key things are Sirianni and Fangio. They are the two key components. I really, because I'm going to tell you right now, reports are already coming out of camp that they teammates are not liking Fangio right from the door because he's an old school guy, and a lot of these new school players are not feeling that old school mentality, and they not trying to hear that. They just not trying to hear it. And like I said, Sirianni is still on a hot seat for that 10-1 collapse last season.
Right. Well, that's my point. When I say they don't scare me, is because of the collapse. Like they don't, like the fact that you can't, a Baltimore is scary because they go out there and they can just pummel you. You know what I mean? Kansas City is a scary team because they got good coaches. They could win, you know, sloppily, and then they can come back. It's just I haven't seen that spark since they've made it to the Super Bowl, and then the time they won it, I haven't seen it. That's the reason why I say they don't scare me. On paper, if I was only looking on paper, they're a scary team, right?
Right.
But just their history makes it not scary yet. You know what I mean? They have to go out there and really punch people in the mouth
Right.
consistently. Even when they had that record and they lost the division title to the Cowboys, they had one game that they drove beautifully. Everything else was, well, they're winning. Good teams win. That's a good argument, but it ends up not being true when you get to the playoffs.
Right.
So all right, let's move on there. Anything else happening between with anything on the Commanders?
Besides Jalen Daniels being a starting quarterback, we might have to worry about them with that kid. Might have to worry about them.